Good evening, it's 10 p.m. in Banjul and live from our studios on MDI Road. This is GRTS News with me, Winifred Nicole. Our top stories this hour. The President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, receives in audience the executive members of the Smart Farming Association of the Gambia. ECOWAS nations meet in Banjul to discuss urgent economic challenges facing the sub-region amid spiking inflation and slow growth. The Health Ministry's National Health Insurance Authority advances consultations to develop health benefits for the National Health Insurance Scheme. Away from home, Ukrainian President Zelensky urges increased pressure on Russia and military aid for Kiev during a virtual meeting with G7 leaders. Plus, Malawi's government bans the sale of food in primary and secondary schools as it battles one of the worst cholera outbreak in years. Well, that's the top of the news and much more coming ahead with me, Winifred Nicole. Many thanks for joining us once again. It's great to have you here. We begin with the President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, who has received in audience the executive members of the Smart Farming Association of the Gambia, an umbrella organization which brings together farmers from across the country and in the diaspora who are engaged in innovative and modern farming methods. The meeting, as we hear in this report by Momodu Jallo, sought to brief the President on the activities of the association and also seek support from government.
The executive members of the Smart Farmers Association of the Gambia met the President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, to discuss their activities in the agricultural sector and seek support from government. The association brings together farmers from across the country and the diaspora engaged in modern and innovative farming techniques. Speaking to GRTS after their meeting, the President of the association, Alpha Balde, said their revolutionary approach to farming is already yielding fruits as more people are embracing their methods.
We are all farmers. First to be a member, we have over 2,000 members across the country. We have committees, in every region, headed by executive board. Some of them are in the Gambia here, some of them are in the diaspora. But everybody is doing farming in their own ways, but is finding smarter ways of producing, smarter ways of not doing some of the things that we have been doing for years and not still feeding ourselves. So we are introducing technologies, innovation, and methods that will enhance food production in this country, and we hope that with the support of government and NGOs that we are able to deliver on that.
The Secretary General of the Association, Alberto Jata, described the meeting with the President as very productive, as they have explained their challenges to government and received strong guarantees of support and partnership from the President.
The type of farming we are doing, we are innovative. We have all our members are farmers. It's not that we just form an association just like that. Before you be a member of the association, you have to be a farmer. You have to get a farm. You have to be a practicing farmer. And all of us, we are practicing farmers. And we are bringing innovative things. Some of our members are producing apple in this country, strawberry, and all those exotic breeds people before think that they cannot grow in the Gambia. Now we are growing.
He expressed readiness to complement government's efforts in enhancing agricultural production and productivity, with emphasis on innovation and technology. The finance manager of the association, Lamin Fofana, argued that Gambians should embrace modern farming techniques as opposed to subsistence agriculture, which has proved unsustainable over time. The association, he added, promotes sharing of best practices amongst members to promote cultivation of exotic crop and fruit varieties.
Because we try to encourage chemical-free farming. We try to discourage our members to use chemical fertilizers. So we train our members to do composting, so that they can use compost manure from leaves, from animal dung and stuff like that. The second reason why we smart is new technology. As Smart Farmers Association, we do a lot of advocacy through technology.
The meeting, they believe, will build the foundations for strong collaboration between government and the association as the need for domestic food production to overcome rising food prices become more urgent. Mamadou Diallo, GRCS News.
To economic issues now, as ECOWAS Anglophone nations meet in Banjul to discuss the rising inflation and slow growth hampering economies across the sub-region. Delegates, including economic experts, are debating and assessing growth forecasts as they share best practices to beat inflation and revive economic development. Aminata Isanyang covered the seminar, and she files in this report.
The African continent has been hit by unprecedented economic crisis since the outbreak of COVID-19, with slow recovery gravely disrupting growth, pushing millions of Africans into poverty. The decline in economic activity forecasted at 7.6% essentially marks the undesirable impact of previous years. A convergence of experts from ECOWAS English-speaking countries in Banjul is discussing the slow pace of recovery, taking stock of the current inflation and macroeconomic estimates for 2022. The convergence will shape tangible mechanisms and contribute to efforts orienting national and sub-regional policy development and programs, and assess the impact of the recent crisis to produce short-term forecasts. Africa is faced with vast structural trials such as climate change, posing environmental threats and disruption of supply chains in energy. Food and agriculture inputs has drastically contributed to increased inflation and food scarcity.
Following the devastating impact of COVID-19 in 2020, the economies of the region rebounded from recession. In 2020, the economy contracted by almost 1%, 0.8%. But in 2021, it posted a growth rate of 4.2%. The recovery was largely attributed to performances of all member states.
The war in Ukraine has dire economic consequences on African countries dependent on imports and has pushed millions below the poverty line as food and fuel prices escalate.
This seminar is being organized at a difficult time for the world and for Africa. Our region, West Africa, is strongly impacted by a series of unprecedented crises, in particular, the lingering effects of the COVID-19 health pandemic, which led to the first recession in the region in decades. And now, the Russia-Ukraine conflict that has disrupted energy, food, and agricultural supply chain.
The Gambia is amongst targeted countries including Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, sharing best practices, assessing recent economic challenges to enhance institutional collaboration.
In many of our countries, we're seeing record inflation levels, for some countries in double digits for the first time after a very long period of single-digit inflation. We're also seeing downward trends, sometimes contraction, in GDP growth rates. We know that all these challenge our development trajectory in the sub-region, and in many instances also erode some of the gains that we have registered. We also know that the impact of these challenges are not uniform for different segments of our society. If anything, these challenges are really exacerbating the inequalities that exist in our countries and in our communities.
According to experts, progress has been made in the ECOWAS single currency, while in 2019, global GDP growth was marked at 2.5%. It sank in the following year with tentative recovery in 2021. The emergence of global unrest and war has additionally decreased economic dynamics and growth. Conducted at a timely period, the export analysis is banked on authentic data to help strengthen economic resilience in the coming years, with responsive strategies to help tackle unprecedented economic crisis in the sub-region. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Aminata E. Sanyang.
The National Health Insurance Authority under the Ministry of Health on Tuesday continued consultations to develop health benefits for the National Health Insurance Scheme. Officials converged in Bigelow with medical experts to identify areas to be covered by health insurance scheme developed to ensure access to free Medicare. Dado Cham has more.
Medical and health experts met at the Saudaura Kairaba Jawara Conference Center to map out the most effective interventions to address the burden of the diseases in the Gambia, centered within the budget of the health insurance scheme. The permanent secretary at the Ministry of Health, Mohamed Lamin Jaita, applauded the ministry's development partners and stakeholders for their support throughout the process in the implementation of the health insurance scheme. He described prioritizations of the benefit as difficult due to limited resources and capacity, since all diseases cannot be included in the package.
It is difficult because we have a huge disease burden in this country as compared to the limited scope of our resources available to address them. And so to strike that need balance between those priorities and the limited resource availability is a big challenge, but we are very much sure that we have very competent hands in the persons of all of you here to be able to, at the end of the day, help us with a list of priority interventions that will ensure that as a country we come to a take-off stage that will be efficient and effective, and that will also avoid us running into the mistakes of others.
Mr. Samville Mills of the World Bank assured their support to the implementation of the scheme, noting that no government can do it alone.
The World Bank has been very supportive from the concept stage of this National Health Insurance Scheme. We are currently supporting the performance-based financing of health facilities across the country, and this is going to feed into the National Health Insurance Scheme. We also provided some technical and financial support in developing the National Health Insurance Bill, and we've been continuing to provide support for the establishment of the National Health Insurance Authority. We also helped in selecting some key seasoned consultants. Dr. Lombe is helping you with the health benefits package. We also have another seasoned consultant who is helping with the actuarial study, looking at the financial sustainability of the scheme.
Mr. Kasa Mohammed from the World Health Organization advised stakeholders to prioritize primary health care.
The concept is really basic. What they wanted to say is please start small, practically small, and then add more of your services and populations gradually. Don't try to start everything. Don't try. I was part of some of the groups, and the ideas are really brilliant. We want to provide assistive devices. We want to provide MRI. We want to do all nice things to Gambians. But maybe that's not the right way to begin with. The right way to begin it is with some population, cover them all, and then add more population, expand, finish your population. If you want to add more things, then you have to first provide all the basic things to your original population.
Among the criteria, experts are debating burden of diseases, cost effectiveness, equity, financial risk protections, and social and economic impact, among others. Outcome of the meeting will decide on the intervention areas that will benefit from the health package by 9th November 2022 for implementation by January 2023. Dara Cham, GRTS News.
While still staying with health matters, a development support group, Join Hands to Save a Baby, has laid a foundation stone for the construction of a new maternity unit in Fonyi, Ndemban, West Coast region. As Janketure reports, the project comes courtesy of UK-based Gambian philanthropist Amijaju at a tune of $15 million.
A dream comes true for the community of Fonyi Ndemban as they laid the foundation stone for the construction of a new maternity unit. The initiative is the brainchild of UK-based Gambian philanthropist Amijaju, who is supporting access to maternal health through her foundation, Join Hands to Save a Baby. The maternity unit is meant to enhance the quality of patient care and performance of maternity services in the locality. Join Hands to Save a Baby was established in 2013 to assist access to high-quality health care for Gambians, particularly women and children. Abdullah Jaju, Secretary General of the Foundation, said that the maternity unit will be a state-of-the-art facility with different facilities including a pharmacy and labor rooms.
The structure is going to have the following facilities: 6 toilets including bathrooms, 3 labor rooms, 2 wards, a pharmacy, a blood bank, an examination room, staff room and dining, a clinic store, reception, and a change room.
Judge also explained some of their engagements, noting the series of activities conducted by the association to prevent material deaths in the Gambia.
The foundation has initiated and implemented in the country. And among those projects include the construction of the Brikama Maternity Theatre. A new maternity theatre was constructed in the Brikama District Hospital, and that particular maternity theatre is in use today, thanks to Join Hands to Save a Baby. But the renovation of the abandoned Mandinari labor ward. There was a labor ward in Mandinari, but it was dilapidated and abandoned. Thanks to Join Hands to Save a Baby, that maternity ward was renovated and it is in use today.
Villagers here expressed deep appreciation for the initiative, describing Amijaju as a true daughter of the village and the Gambia. Women in particular dilated on the struggles they undergo in accessing maternal care during pregnancy, with the only hospital nearby, Boyam Health Center, miles away. A well-timed move to complement government's efforts in providing quality health care for women and children. The maternity project, scheduled for completion in the coming 12 months, will alleviate a great need for the people of Ndemban and surrounding villages. Janketure, GRTS News.
Now, the Ministry of Tourism and Culture hereby informs the public that the launching ceremony of the Tourism Diversification and Resilience Project, scheduled to be held tomorrow, 12th October, at the Sadauda Karabajara International Conference Center, has been postponed until further notice. A new date will be communicated as soon as it's confirmed. The ministry apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause. The Gambia Food and Nutrition Association, in collaboration with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Tuesday commemorated the 30th anniversary of the Daffy Scholarship, a German educational grant for refugees around the world. The event, hosted at the GAFNA head office in Canifin, witnessed testimonies by Daffy scholars whose countries of origin cuts across the continent, including Central African Republic. Usman Mane has more on that.
Refugees across the world face continuous deprivation of rights and privileges out of their home of origin because host countries have limited social and other livelihood services for them due to their status and immigration laws. Gambia Food and Nutrition Association, Governor, through UNHCR support were able to secure a German education scholarship program in 2016. Over 18,000 refugees globally are said to benefit from this scholarship since its commencement in 1992. The executive director of Governor Yusufa Gomez said the scholarship covers tuition fee, allowances, and other incidentals, among others.
In 2021, 5 DAFI students graduated in different fields of studies. That is, making it possible for them to achieve their livelihood needs and contribute to the socio-economic development of the Gambia. Currently, this year, the DAFI program is sponsoring 30 refugee students coming from different countries of origin, DR Congo, Senegal, Central African Republic, and they are currently pursuing their degree programs and other academic pursuit at the GTTI, American International University, Gambia College, UTG, and other institutions of learning. The DAFI scholarship program covers tuition fees for the students, study materials, allowance for food, transportation, accommodation, and other incidental expenses for the students.
The 30th anniversary of DAFI scholarship is anchored on building resilience through education, according to Mr. Gomez, will enhance integration and support refugee settlement to contribute to national development of host countries.
We therefore thank the government of Germany and all stakeholders for facilitating access to higher education opportunities for refugee students in the Gambia. This gesture is contributing to UNHCR's 15 by 30 vision, the roadmap that includes the aim of achieving enrollment of 15% of young refugee women and men in higher education by the year 2030.
Superintendent Omar T. Kamara from Gambia Commission for Refugees highlighted some of the opportunities available to refugees in the country.
When you employ a refugee working with your organization, that agency or company is exempted from paying expected quota tax for employing that refugee. So this is in our program, and we have been working tirelessly with the trade ministry to ensure that this is where, so that you that are graduating from the university can have employment. Likewise, if you have the money, the finance, you can also open your own business and employ people, and therein you have a meaningful life.
DAFI scholars Sheikh Sane, Benita Sakolu, and Marian Mohammed Ali, whose countries of origin are Senegal, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Central African Republic, explained their experiences in pursuing higher education. These young men and women are ready to contribute to the advancement of the development initiative of the country as they approach the end of their scholarship. Officials of Governor encourage DAFI scholars to be steadfast and committed to their studies as they return thanks and appreciation to the German government. Usman Mane, GRTS.
Moving on. Police Forensic Officer ASP Jatta wrapped up his testimony in the Bob Keita trial before the High Court Justice Jallo. The forensic officer told the court blood samples extracted from the accused, Boubacar Keita, Pa Modou Jom, and the late baby Mohammed were taken to Ghana. Under cross-examination, Jatta told the court he studied at the Malaysia University of Science as a forensic officer but has no expertise in DNA, noting that he has never handled biological samples for DNA tests outside the country, but knows the rules and procedures in biological sample management and has handled such samples in his work. On the verification and authenticity to ensure accuracy in blood samples, the rules governing biological samples, the witness said it depends on the type of biological sample, adding that blood samples should be collected in a blood container and stored for preservation. The police forensic officer, however, confirmed that He was not present when blood samples of the accused Boubacar Keita, Pa Modou Jom, and the late Baby Mohammed were extracted. The blood samples extracted from the said individuals, he further testified, were collected by hospital staff and given to him in cubes with labels after they were confirmed. When asked by the defense whether he knows who actually labeled the cubes, the state witness replied in the negative and went further to reveal that the blood samples of the accused and Pa Modou Jom were taken on the same day, but not in his presence. Testifying further in a quiet and packed courtroom, the police forensic officer confirmed that he never participated in the analysis of the blood samples in Ghana and has not informed Superintendent Edward Kofi Abang about the analysis of the samples. ASP Jatta finally told the court there was a command of communication between the authorities in Banjul and Accra on the analysis of the blood and biological samples, further testifying that 7 biological samples were taken to Ghana, while 1 analysis was taken back to the Gambia. In a sealed envelope addressed to the Inspector General of Police with a security seal of the Ghana Police Forensic Lab. The trial continues. Away from that, the Gambia Police Force Tuesday began a 3-day briefing event for law enforcement officers to promote and create awareness about the West African Police Information System WAPIS program in the Gambia. ORP Jallo attended the program and filed in this report.
The WAPIS program aims to build an effective national, regional and international response to criminal threat, including transnational organized crime and terrorism, through enhanced police information management and sharing. The program is funded by the European Union (EU) through the ECOWAS Commission and implemented by Interpol. In his statement, Commissioner of Police Lamin L.K. Bojang, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, said the WAPIS system provides a platform for electronic management and sharing of information on crimes both locally and internationally among the security apparatus.
No police organization can combat crime alone single-handedly without collaboration, without sharing or getting experience from other police institutions, and also information sharing in terms of data, because like we've seen now, the world is very much interconnected. You know, what a crime that happens in the Gambia can be similar crime that might happen in another country, and it can be the same set of people also involved in those criminal activities. So having the WAPIS program in the Gambia, I believe, will help to consolidate our drive to better secure this country in terms of criminality.
The Interpol head of the WAPIS program, Richard Godwin, said the objective of the program is to support the Gambia law enforcement agencies in the collection, storage, analysis and sharing of electronic criminal data with the ultimate goal of combating all forms of crimes.
We all know all the security challenges the West Africa countries are facing, so transnational crimes, terrorism. So there is a need to have an automated electronic system for sharing police data among themselves. Most of the police data in West Africa is currently paper-based. With paper-based, we cannot be effective to share information. So that is the aim of the West African Police Information Program.
The European Union head of delegation to the Gambia, Luca Patazota, said the WAPIS system is expected to facilitate information sharing among ECOWAS member states by supporting the establishment of criminal management system at national level and build the capacity of security apparatus.
The program aims at supporting the investigation of major international crimes and the frontline officers in dealing with the movement of persons and goods at the border crossing points. The system recalls the early days of a similar structure of the European Union called Europol, whose mandate is also to fight against transnational threats.
The ECOWAS resident representative, Maita French, believes organized crime and terrorism have no border. Thus, the WAPIS database can help improve security situation in the country, while encouraging the Gambian authorities to take steps that will ensure nationwide use of WAPIs.
This system will not only facilitate effective networking with the national actors on crime management, but also connect them with other law enforcement institutions of participating countries within the ECOWAS region. It will help to foster effective and efficient coordination and collaboration among stakeholders to combat criminal activities, especially transnational organized crimes.
Representing the Minister of Interior, the Deputy Permanent Secretary Technical of the Ministry, Jibril Law, underscores the importance of regional peace and security, which the government of the Gambia is committed to support.
The WAPIS system has installed a state-of-the-art server at the WAPIS Dakore, together with so many computers that are not installed within the Dakore itself, but at various posts within the security fraternity. And as a result, the project is also in the process of making sure that there is real-time data sharing and hence a centralized network that will be supported by fiber optic cables.
No police strategy can overcome the threat of transnational organized crime without an effective exchange of police information. Thus, the WAPIS program, which is expected to increase the capacity of national law enforcement agencies for a swift electronic sharing of criminal data to combat transnational organized crimes and terrorism. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
While staying with security matters, because the Gambia Armed Forces GAF is pleased to inform the public that Recruit Intake 37 has completed basic military training at the GAF Training School. The intake, which comprised of a total of 226 soldiers, are ready to pass out at a ceremony to be held at the Fajara Barracks Parade Grounds in Bakau on Thursday, 13th October 2022 at 9 a.m. It may be noteworthy to indicate that this cohort of recruits will be the first batch of new soldiers trained since the advent of the democratic dispensation. The historic ceremony shall be graced by His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, Mr. Adam Barrow, as the special guest of honor. Nyakoy Sutukonding's True Friends Association successfully distributed teaching and learning materials to outstanding students in various classes. The presentation seeks to encourage students to work hard in school. The True Friends Association's objectives aim to give back to communities supporting development through interventions in education, health, agriculture, and youth empowerment. Seydou Kamara witnessed the event and filed in this report.
This presentation of teaching and learning materials to Nyakoy Lower Basic School by True Friends Association in Sutukonding is meant to enhance students' academic performance. To reflect on the efforts of the association, the group has been engaged in similar presentation to the health and education institution in Nyakoy since the establishment of the association. The presentation targets performing students from nursery school to grade 6. Donated items include school bags, exercise books, and other related items, while scholar chalks, A4 papers, and other learning materials meant for Nyakoy Lower, Upper, and Senior Secondary School respectively. The gesture is the second activity embarked on by the association in a bid to give back to communities, particularly in the area of education and health. According to the chairman of True Friends Association, Demba Kante, the initiative seeks to motivate children in school, adding that the prizes are awarded to students who come out first, second, and third positions. This will help the student a lot because it will motivate them to read hard and perform well in their classes. And at the moment, those who don't receive prizes are saying next year they will also receive prizes. So it has already encouraged many students to work hard in order to be among the top in their class so that they will receive prizes next year. The headmistress of the primary school, Adama Jabi, commended members of the association for coming up with such an initiative by giving prizes based on their academic performance, which will motivate and increase competition among the students.
They come with a package of books, pencils, erasers, so that first, second, third, to encourage others so that they can have a sort of competition during their learning career in terms of examination, when examination comes. Because through here, many of the children, they are saying that next year I'll be the first person. So you know that is a big competition. So We thank them for that.
Several speakers commended the True Friends Association members for supporting their community. The treasurer of the association, Alaji Kijera, said the association's support to education and health sector will go a long way in contributing their quota to community and national development.
We select best amount from first position, second, third position, and give these materials to them in a form of motivation. Because we believe if we give to those students, the others will try to emulate so that they can have competition in school, and we believe that will definitely boost the education system in the school. Government cannot do everything. For us, the citizens, the associations should join hands to make sure we have these kind of things in our communities.
True Friends Association, according to its members, is a community-based non-profit organization aimed at giving back to society in key areas of health, education, agriculture, and youth empowerment. They, however, highlighted challenges such as finance, which they said is generated based on their monthly contribution of members. Saidu Kamara, reporting for JTS News from Basse Upper River region.
Well, over now to news from outside the Gambia. Malawi's government has banned the sale of food in primary and secondary schools as it continues to battle one of the worst cholera outbreaks in years. The ban came into effect ahead of the new school year, which began on Monday. Malawi has recorded 117 cholera-related deaths and over 4,000 cases since the first cases were reported in March.
Have been recorded across the country, and so far 23 districts have been affected out of 28 districts in the country, so it's quite widespread. As of last week, we only had 22 districts, so there's one more district added to the number of those that have been hit by cholera, and we have over 3,500 cases. So if you look at the school setup, I think that's where you find a huge population of people. You're talking of school-going children in primary school as well as secondary school. So there is a large number of people at one place, and the government has put this ban because they want to control the spread of cholera. You're talking of children ages between 7, 6, up to around 14, 15, and there are quite many in number. So if you go to a primary school, a typical one, you'd find more than 100 learners in one class, and probably over 1,000 at one school. So the ban is sort of a way of trying to prevent the spread of cholera, knowing that you have a large number of people gathering at one place, and these are kids, for God's sake. So as of last week, the government came up with a revised national cholera response plan, which has 6 points, and this one will require about $20 million to be implemented within 2 months. So in this one, they want to promote sanitation. They also want to ensure that there is quality treatment and care provided to those that have already been affected by infected by cholera, and they want to speed up, to improve on awareness. So awareness is...
You're watching us live from Banjul. I am Winifred Nicole. A quick look at our top stories before we go. The President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, received in audience the executive members of the Smart Farming Association of the Gambia. ECOWAS nations are meeting in Banjul to discuss urgent economic challenges facing the sub-region amid spiking inflation and slow growth. The Health Ministry's National Health Insurance Authority is advancing consultations to develop health benefits for the National Health Insurance Scheme. Away from home, Ukrainian President Zelensky called for increased pressure on Russia and military aid for Kiev during a virtual meeting with G7 leaders. Plus, Malawi's government has banned the sale of food in primary and secondary schools as the country battles one of the worst cholera outbreaks in years. Well, viewers, that was all we had time for in this edition of the news at 2200 hours. But from me, Winifred Nicole, and the entire news team, thanks for watching and do have a peaceful night.
countdown to the global showpiece in Qatar edges closer. The national broadcast GRTS will be airing the FIFA 2022 World Cup games in Qatar live on TV. 32 nations across 5 confederations will compete across 5 host cities in the state of Qatar. The greatest moments in FIFA World Cup history awaits the sporting world. Enjoy World Stars as they showcase their talents and compete for glory. To be a sponsor of the FIFA 2022 World Cup games airing on GRTS TV, call GRTS Commercial Service on 4377-214-996-8585 or 254-7272. The FIFA World Cup 2022 starting November 20th to December 18th, 2022. Be part of this masterpiece event in global football.
Hello, my name is Abdullah from Gambia South. Watch out for the Kiss Podium Season 3. My name is Batu Kurba. I am from the Town. Watch out for the Kiss Podium Season 3. My name is Alassad from Guntum Bantaba. And my name is Tuasan from Guntum Bantaba. Watch out for the Kiss Podium Season 3. Hello, my name is Selaman. I am from Birkam. Watch out for the Kids Podium Season 2. Don't miss it.
My name is Nima Kasam. I am from Pipeline Fajara. Watch out for the Kids Podium Season 3 coming to you on GRTS TV.
Hello, my name is Fatima from Minnesota, USA. Watch out for the Kids Podium Season 3.
Hello, my name is Ibrahim Anyas from Bruceby. Watch out for the Kids Podium Season 3. Bye.
My name is Mariam Buja. I am from Sanya. Watch out for Kids Podium Season 3.
My name is Amikwa Juf. I'm from Serakunda. Watch out for the Kids Podium Season 3.
Hello, my name is Mohammed Hafiz Sise from Canfield